is an open world game, a vast, open land ready for you to spread your seeds. It's the perfect game genre for anyone who wants to immerse themselves in a fantasy world where life is different, like New York or Texas. What? So my question is, why the hell are there so many open world games coming out every month? You open YouTube and see 6 different trailers for the newest, boldest open world game. Pokemon, Zelda, Spiderman, the blue people from Avatar. Everyone's got an open world game either coming out or already out. Every big boy game studio is trying to make their IPs an open world experience because they believe bigger is better. But I believe the motion of the ocean is what really matters. Pause? Let's get a bit of trivia out the way. I don't know the first thing about game development, but what I do know is the difference between a completed masterpiece and a video game that was made in Microsoft Paint in less than 20 minutes. What the f is this? There's so many video games that have come out this year, each better than the last, because they all share one thing in common. Innovation. Baldur's Gate 3 makes every decision make affect the story that is about to unfold. Hi-Fi Rush is a basic beat-em-up game that empowers your attacks if you hit it at the beat of the music. These innovations may not be the biggest thing in the world, but they make the game feel fresh and new. These games have to do something to make their game stand out from the hundreds of video games that come out every year. And that's exactly what's wrong with open world games. There's no innovation. Every open world game almost feels the exact same. Sadly, I have to do this. Legends of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is the only outlier of this year that doesn't feel like a stale experience. Every single person who's played through Tears of the Kingdom has a completely different playthrough. This is because of the fact that there's so many ways to tackle a single obstacle. You want to run at your enemies with just a sword? You can. You want to drug your enemies into fighting each other? You can do that too. Or do you want to make a piece of plywood fly straight at the enemies and explode on contact because you attached bombs where cock and balls are supposed to be? You can do anything in this game! Tears of the Kingdom has been in development for 7 years, and because of that, the game developers are able to perfect the game however they so choose. But that's not true, is it? The game has actually been in development for 12 years, because it took 5 years to develop Breath of the Wild, and then 7 years later perfect it with Tears of the Kingdom. But most studios don't have 12 years to make a new game. Rather, they have 3 to 4 years to release a new title, or else their bosses might, you know, When you're making a grand adventure with a story that follows, it's hard to dedicate enough time to fix every nook and cranny in the game. Do you dedicate enough time to make the gameplay amazing, or do you dedicate enough time to make the world building amazing? Because of the severe time limit placed on your developers, it's hard for them to crank out a perfect game like Tears of the Kingdom in less than 4 years. I get it, this 12-year-long masterpiece is perfect, and if I could let Pura butter me up and slap me around, I would let that happen. But not all games developers have 12 years. So what's the solution? Stop making open world games and focus on making fun short adventures. Give me a co-op experience where me and my homie can solve the marital issues of 2 middle-aged 30-year-olds and give a child PTSD by murdering an elephant. Let me build crazy machinery to run over random people and have the time of my life. That was just Tears of the Kingdom again, but let me do that again! Focus on the gameplay, make it feel more personal, allowing the player to tackle the adventure however they so choose. Make the games feel interesting and odd, make it different, make it stand out. But no, you don't want to do that. You just want to release the same shooter, open world, barren game, and then just go, fuck you! And please, for love of God, optimize your game for every console. Yes, there's been a ton of amazing games that have come out this year, each one better than the last, but it doesn't seem like the AAA studios are making those games. So AAA studios, why don't you try to learn to make games like the indie studios and make your games fun? So please, if you enjoyed the video, press subscribe and like. I really enjoy the fact that you made it all the way here. Bye bye! Oh my gosh, it's so hot.